Bonnie. Now that I actually ended up doing a little bit adjustment on my own with the denture. If this is your first time here, or you're new, you're one of my new subscribers, God bless you guys so much. I'm so enjoying meeting new coming together with the dream team and everything. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Let me know, are you going through this? Are you thinking about going through this? Have you gone through it? This territory will be a little bit different than some of you, or maybe you guys are the same way. You've already had damage done to your front teeth. I had a motorcycle wreck, so I had implants for a long time and ended up having to repair them myself because I couldn't afford for the professional to repair them. So I'm still going through the healing process. It's been a month and I'm so glad. Now I took these. This is a nail, because I do nails actually, and just like I said earlier, that I molded in my own one tooth. But what I'm doing is I'm coming in here because right in here on my gum, right at the front, I've been realizing the dip that goes in is too much. Okay, so I decided to take and go like this now. And just go in here. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing here. To go in here and kind of lightly, I've already done some of it, just like I said. Okay, and lightly doing this. Like a little buffer. It's clean. It's never been used on nails, ever. You need to make sure of that. You have to be sanitary. Especially when, like I said, the lip in here is what's really irritating. Okay, and I also ended up, I have a gag reflex. So this top part where they've already sanded it once already. And actually, I'm telling you why I am so showing this to you. You probably like, why is she doing that? Okay, the reason that I'm showing this to you is because it is really detailed. This stuff is just resin. But anyway, there was a little lip right in here that was scrubbing, causing my reflex. So I just took a light sander, which is probably like 2. It's that new that there's like a little kind of plastic hair right there. And I just took, and why is it not working now? It doesn't want to work for me. There we go. And I just buffed it off. Okay, right up in here too, where he's tried to sand it anyway. Let me see if we get really close. So much better. Still bite down. So I can tell right where it's hitting, as well as. Anyway, my name is Bonnie. I am the founder and the CEO of Life Changing Grace, and you can find me on Facebook, all the kind of platforms. I've learned the hard way with technology. But what we're talking about today is that mentally, physically, your well-being when you're healthy. Health, well-being. I'm dyslexic, so I say things backwards. What to expect. It's been a while since I've been on here. It's been since about Christmas, I believe, something like that. And I've made videos, and I've been dubbing them and sharing little clips and stuff like that. I'd like to let you know that I have 3 certifications. One in divine healing, one in reflexology, and one in health and fitness. So not only that, I'm an artist, I'm a commercial residential painter by trade. It's really cool where art can really take you when it comes to meditation. It's such a blessing that I have one of my daughters right next door. It's so cool. They're like in the same house. It's just wonderful. So I see this as helping other people, realizing that sometimes we make situations out to be more drastic than they actually really are. Okay, and that is all the battle in the mind. You know, the ones that are following, you new subscribers, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I only see 2 of you out of 11. But anyway, it's such a blessing. Most of you already know, and if this resonates with any of you guys, you know, if you're having a procedure or have had a procedure, and because we're all different, we have to fill in each other's gaps. So, without further ado, I wanted to tell how the actual I was not sedated or anything. I was open for all the cracking and the breaking and the sawing and the cutting and the sewing and the everything. So it's really kind of cool, that experience. In the spirit, you know, a lot of you, I'm your spiritual warfare consultant, and you are mine too. You know, we come together to magnify God, and it's super great. But I'm also, you know, a painter as well, and a massage therapist in reflexology. Look it up and find out what that is. I've always had a problem talking anyway, and I'm really having a problem with these teeth right now. It hits my gag reflex because it's moving. I've tried seals and I've tried bonds, and it makes the gag reflex worse. I thought maybe padding in it, but I'm starting to pad in like just where the teeth are. Okay, but what to expect, I'll let you know. Okay, and the spirit will always bring something in at the end of the video. So I mean, if you want to shorten some of this, some of you are seeing the exact recording of the video. Okay, and some of you are only seeing a clip, depending on where you're at. And you know, the link is down below. And God bless you guys so much. And having courage to face our fears, this is something that even as a child or an adult, I've always ran after. So I keep seeing the word courage. Wasn't even looking for it or looking for numbers or anything like that. I tell you guys how to keep balance with that, so the enemy doesn't use our competitive or our compulsion to disengage us from where we should be going. I can feel right where that's scrubbing. So if you've actually, you know, donated and you see this whole video, which will probably be like four lengths long, because embed all of the videos in together as like a course. So you might see me take my teeth out, or just like right now, I want to go do this drill bit. See, I got all the settings, okay, and I've taken it and I've cleaned them off with alcohol. I barely even used any of them. I have not used this one, and I have not used this one. So it creates as a tool, actually. This is just resin, okay. It's just like I've had 2 dentists already tell me, you did that, you know, you missed your calling. You should have been a dentist, you know, and all that. And I had kind of a really good relationship with my last dentist, which I'm trying to create one for this one. I really want to cut out that one little part in the back of my mouth. So I may end up taking out my teeth and talking. And the thing is, too, ladies, as ladies, we got to have our exercises with our faces, you know, the exercises I taught you how to do. Anyway, but let's not forget, okay, fear will always creep in. When it's a big decision, it's going to creep in. Yeah, my cheeks are even still are getting really sore. I wonder if there's always an interruption in the actual films that I don't dub. Anyway, let's see if you scratch one more time. But you'll go in and they'll take impressions of your teeth. Sometimes it tastes good, sometimes it don't, you know, it depends on what they use, you know. Every dentist is different and every person is different. So I'll give you the insight of how it felt to me and how it could feel to some other people. And you know, in your experience, I really hope you just subscribe and come back and let's talk. And even I may even have you guys' phone number. God bless you guys so much. I love you guys so much. A lot of us are having a difficult time out there. I've realized this. So I haven't even checked to see if the audio is working on this right here. Let me pause it. Okay, now come back. Okay, testing. All right, now we're back. Okay. Like I said, I'm an artist. It depends on what platform I'm coming in on this. And I'm not exactly even sure how long I can go with this to begin with without taking my teeth out. But I wanted to silence everything because this is really important, because our mind can get carried away. Yes, it's major surgery. Once they start yanking and pulling on bones, think about that. Your teeth are the only bone structure that you get to see, touch, brush. And that's the thing, is that I was always very, very, very about my teeth, brushing my teeth. Okay, and really, I thought I did a great job at taking care of my teeth, even when I, you know, became an adult and was more or less taking care of everyone else, and saying I didn't care about taking care of myself. And we got to get out of that stage too. We all have that journey. So they'll take them impressions of your teeth, okay, and when they start to break it and pull it, you think that it will pull your teeth out. It's not. Just relax. Just breathe and realize it's probably, bring it to 1/3 of your fear. Because once you get to 1/3 of your fear, you know the rest is all just the devil doing it and all that. There's no concerns, no worry. When we worry, that's when we make it worse. Okay, and after you do the compressions and everything, you'll have another appointment for the yanking. Now, I didn't go to sleep. I had no anesthesia. I had none of that. When they went right in and start numbing, and I can feel every time, and this in my whole life it's been this way. Even the surgery with my front teeth when I got in the motorcycle wreck, you know, and even another interruption. Even though I had the implants up, and they were really expensive, you guys, they really were. And when the one broke, and then I took my nail acrylic, I stuck cotton up in my mouth, I took my nail acrylic and created a tooth. Okay, that's where my problem started. But it looked good. It really did. It was good. You know, until I got underneath the black light, then you could see it. It's really kind of cool too. But I really do the impressions. You go in. The worst is for me now. If you're a sensitive person, you guys have impasse. You have inner. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, please put the comment below. Introvert. There you go. Let's just get to the point and realize it's the God that lives in us, and the power and that's invested in us, and that's it. In dividing what is what, because the devil, boy, he tries to put us in a grave way before we're even. That's what I'm doing. I'm stopping because I want to watch my words. But he does. He tries to put you in the grave sooner than you need to. You know, I realize now just how much I would have been missing. But the needles was the worst, because I could feel it spreading. I could feel it going. And all I'd ever, you know, I'm a meditator, you guys. You guys follow my meditation pages. I'm a meditator. You know, meditation, dance, instructing, and encouragement. And, you know, we become teachers. You know, you and I become teachers. And like I said, sometimes I'll be doing a little motion. Like I didn't even realize what I was doing right there. But, the ability to be sensitive to spirit is even sensitive to other people's souls. Okay, so you know, facing your fears is just it's super great, you know. But even my dentist was like, I don't want to torture you, you know. And that was the first thing I even joked about it, you know. I signed the paper, and I was like, yeah, I'm signing, you know, I'm signing the paper for you to torture me. Imagine that, you know. I'm signing permission for you to torture me. I just thought that was so funny. And that just set the ball on running. And one of the nurses' predictions of what was going to occur during this event, you know, because she'd be there helping and assisting the doctor, was, which that came later. We were discussing it. We were talking back and forth, kind of, sort of, you know, I was doing the best I could with my mouth open, and I'd, you know, grunt something, or he'd stop and I'd say something. But anyway, it was a really good journey because of the connection. And I already knew that they were doubting me to begin with. I was so scared, you guys. So you're not alone. I was so scared to the point where I was having, which was really kind of neat, the first of my procedure. I was, when they were telling me what they were going to do, what the plans were, I broke. I had anxiety. I had almost a panic attack. But I used the tools that I teach you, and you guys, we teach each other, you know, and and got through it because I was having a reaction to long-term use of gabapentin. So medications will rot your teeth, you know, sports, and just life in general, you know. I got hit in the front in my teeth. I've had them crack because, you know, softball hit me in the face or whatever. I was one that liked to keep my mouth open even when I was a kid. So once you get past that, the Novocaine and everything, that's when there's a lot of pressure. Okay, it's pressure, and as still as you keep your head, you know, where the doctor puts it, of course. Okay, the better off you'll be breathing. I myself was looking in their glasses every now and then so I could see what they were doing, and and it's pressure to the point where it's breaking of bones, which is really kind of neat because I broke my bone once before, and that's exactly what it feels like, except for it's in your face, it's in your head, it's ripping tendons, it's ripping muscles. I bruised so bad. If you've come to this video from that short clip video when I was all bruised up, then welcome to my channel. There is a set topic on this channel, but I like to share my journeys because there's so many of us out there that once we find a connection to the voice or the eyes or whatever the case may be, it is really very good to just hear, you know, like the voice first before the eye, because the eyes will perceive you along with all other fears. So once that started, there was cracking and snapping every now and then. He pulled my thing over here, and when it snapped, it ricocheted and broke. It like snapped in half. It must have been one of the cracks that were already in that tooth. And after that, it was more or less, it was the stitching. The stitching, I could feel it all because he really didn't numb me all the way underneath my mouth. So that was a really neat experience. But I guess I was a tomboy, you know. I have found myself stitching up, you know, others, you know, from a wound and throwing a stitch or two in there, you know, and pretending to be doctor that ain't gonna hurt anything, you know. Inflicting pain, you know, pain can take you to another level. That's the thing. Sometimes we believe that we shouldn't have any pain at all, and that would not stimulate the journey and the balance in the body. So after you'll have your your teeth. And you'll see them popping out of the mold that they had taken from your mouth. Um, so, and I was just so swollen. I could feel it behind my eyes. I could feel every break being broke. But once the Novocaine was done, that's all it was. It was no big deal at all. It was actually a pretty, despite what was really going on, it was a joyful journey. Mine was excessive use of prescription drugs that weakened my teeth, and I grind them at night. So if you're a grinder with your teeth, then leave a comment below down there, hit that like up. If you grind your teeth and everything, then this is really gonna help you. This journey will make it a whole lot more. I pray that you guys are more relaxed in this journey than I was, because it reminded me of where the brain can take you when it comes to fear. So after they do all the stitching, putting the stitches in and everything, I think the worst pull was this last one right down here. I don't have my bottom ones here, so I feel like this one right here is like the worst one, but it's jaw reconstruction. This is surgery that used to be major back in the day. Now we have x-rays to see where the nerve is and all that, and the thing is that with any surgery, a mistake can happen. It's major pulling at muscles and ripping and breaking of bones. Now I know I had one tooth that the bone was connected to the jaw, and I'll ask him that when I go back in. I really want to know which side is that. I'm pretty sure it's this one down at the bottom, and it really was bruised. It bruised from here all the way up into my eye. So, and makeup helped. It really did help. I mean, but you still see the black, black and blue. There is a stage of black and blue. They mean it goes black, So, it helped there. There's going to be a lot of bleeding. There was for me. Now, for some other people, it's not. And I highly tell you this ahead of time. Try your best not to spit. Just do a little bit of, sucking or anything. Try your best not to spit. When you're changing that gauze and all that, they'll put the plate in your mouth before you even walk out the door. Very important that you keep that in your mouth for at least, I did 5 nights. 5 nights solid, all the way through. It was the 5th night. I went ahead and took them out for a while, and it was such a relief. Now I understood why I wanted to take my teeth out so bad. And the anesthesia, within less than an hour, I started feeling in my nose. Because like I said earlier, I had rods up in my nose from the motorcycle wreck, and teeth. I had implants. So, and it did. It felt like my nose was bleeding, and it was. It's the blood, and the tearing of the muscles, and all that. And, go home, put ice on your face. Okay, use ice at all times. It will go down. Now, if you have thyroidism, if you have problems with your thyroid, okay, this may affect you in your thyroid, your glands. Okay, so icing up is very essential in the next 3 days after they pull all your teeth out. Okay, like I said, don't spit, you guys. You don't want dry pocket, okay? And dry pocket is what you're trying to stay away from. Anything at all, you don't want it to be spit. And do not smoke cigarettes, and do not drink any alcohol. It's you're freshly broke, cut open, and muscles yanked on, okay? So just ice up and rest. Ice up and rest is the best. Okay, when you start taking, I highly suggest that every day you put them back in. Okay. I've gone a while without them in, putting them in every now and then, trying to get over the gag reflex, trying to get over the drooling, because there would be a lot of drooling. So put a towel on your bed, on your pillow. Put a nice soft towel on your pillow and keep the dressings, keep them, you know, sorry about that. It's been so long since I've, actually spoke to anyone or even spoke. Highly suggest that you try not to do any talking. The more talking that you do, the more it's going to hurt. And then the more that it hurts, the longer the healing process. So that's also why they give pain, help for pain, because if you're in a lot of pain, the body's in so much stress it can't heal. Okay, so soups, noodles, things soft, juice, you guys. I mean, I fall in love. I was gifted a ninja. I was, making smoothies anyway before they were pulling out my teeth. Well, I really, like I said, I don't think I really thought it through. But no, you got to understand, later your mind will adapt and realize it was the best thing for you. You're a lot healthier, you're smiling more. And it takes, we're not going to go by days, we'll go by months. 6 months, 6 to 7 months I'm eating it's been a month for me, and I'm eating some, solid foods a little bit, depending on how hard they are. And I'm really not eating with my teeth. I can't get over mentally the food and the drinks mushing between my gum line and my piece. So neurodiversion. Okay, some of you guys call it Asperger's out there. I can't believe that you guys use that term. It's utterly assaulting. But anyway, whatever. Okay, autodiversion. We're more sensitive. Introverts, empaths, we're sensitive people. Okay, with a tendency to have an obsession, but keep it balanced because we're more adaptable. We're more we see the world also as its true, authentic thing, despite internet, despite, foods, and despite all that. So, I really want to make sure I get all this down for you guys. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I hope you have had a great year. Oh my gosh. It's a really big journey for me. Sorry about that. It's a really big journey for me, actually. Physically, mentally, everything, and the thing is that we make too much out of things. Okay, and we make it harder on ourselves by just overthinking things, I mean, how many times have you guys actually thought about something, and the next thing you know, it's presenting itself, or maybe, especially when it's bad, it presents itself to, like, being horrifying, like you almost, like, you can't imagine it, but you did start it. You started it. You started imagining it, it's like, anyway. My biggest problem right now is just dealing with the piece itself. Even like I'm struggling to speak right now. But it's, you have to get used to it. Okay, I'll have a partial down at the bottom. They'll give me that partial after I get done and healed and everything, and things will be a whole lot better. I won't feel like I feel like I'm the air gets underneath there. It's underneath my piece. The air does when I'm trying to talk, and it sets off that little gag reflex. So if you're real sensitive to throwing up and everything, oh God, I pray that any of that, all in the name of Jesus, be lifted off you now, in the name of Jesus. And I got interrupted because of that. I've actually coughed and my pee's come flying out. It's kind of funny. But I feel like it's a Cheshire Cat grin. And the thing is that even if it's an inch or two off of what's actually going to be in your mouth permanently, then you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. It's like my mouth is kind of twisted a little bit, but I've also had a crack in my jaw before, so never ended up having it checked out. I just knew that that's the way it was. I still had the pop, pop. It's actually getting better since they pulled it out, but it was really bad when they first pulled my teeth out. It was really, really bad. Those couple of weeks, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna move my jaw at all. Very painful. They only gave me it was ibuprofen 800. You might as well just get a drug that's over the counter or whatever, for real. I've told you guys many times before, I was a drinker. I self-medicated. Not to mention, I was already on pain medicines, and of course, being a sensitive and all that, I never took the medicine exactly the way they prescribed it anyway, because it was just too much. Yeah, way too much. It was just ridiculous. I remember having bottles and bottles left over, And then I moved, and of course they ended up coming up missing. Usually that's what ends up happening. You got to be really careful with your drugs, you guys. Keep them locked up, especially if you have children. Keep them locked up. It doesn't matter how old they are. Keep them locked up, because friends come over. You're not thinking about it, and it's just safer to just lock it up. Plus it gets that. Because if something like that happens, then you have that guilt. Oh my God, they got a drug problem. And in my home, under my roof, while I was taking them, they got addicted. Or it's like when I became, when I was taking insulin for diabetics, there was needles. I didn't like them. I hated them. Oh my God. That was a fear and a topic all itself getting over, was the needle deal, having to stick myself with a needle. And I did for a long time. The guilt can kill you guys. So but just soft foods. If you're diabetic, I'm diabetic, then go to blending your foods. You blend any kind of vegetable. You blend them, put a little bit of fruit in there, and get a boost or some kind of protein shake. Because if you don't do that, which I did that for the first week, I didn't. I really kind of starved myself for a week. So I started feeling blah. The best thing to do is to get you a protein, booster, and drink, shake it. Get that journey of life and shaking and smoothing your meals and all that. Have fun with it, because I surely am. It was a painful adjustment, but to the next journey, it's been a joy, and I got a lot where to go too. I haven't biked as much as I was. I haven't been on the bike. My feet, because I'm diabetic. I hate saying I am diabetic. We gotta watch our words. But because of the diabetic, the sugared beast, that's the way I think of it. You got to stay away from the starch. You'll notice that be noodles, soft noodles, everything that's all starchy stuff. Okay, and then you realize your sugar level is going. Okay, so it's gonna drain you. You're gonna feel that fatigue and everything. So I highly suggest to go smoothie. Go smoothie, you guys. Go smoothie. And it doesn't matter what kind of vegetables or what. I love putting cinnamon in mine, or what, parsley, basil. You put all kinds of these. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I know some of you are following me on life-changing moments, and that's what we're doing. We're shaking and we're meditating. We're shaking and we're meditating. We're detoxing and we're meditating, you know. So anyway, God bless you guys so much. I hope this helps you. Like I said, don't spit. Okay, do your best. Don't spit. Okay, dry pockets. You might at first see like a little bit of white. It kind of looks like maybe teeth that's on your gums. Okay, as long as it doesn't get really bad, and then bad breath. And the thing is, it's so wonderful. The decay is out of my mouth, and my breath and my tongue looks good. You know, your tongue, you know, when you have rotted teeth, your tongue really does look and nasty, and you're constantly trying to keep it clean and everything. And so anyway, health. Yes, our teeth, you know, I got overthinking about it. Our teeth are linked to certain organs in the body too, because it's all. So like I said, I'm still having some problems with the thyroid through the night. It's like when I'm laying down and getting up, that thyroid's kind of been gotten messed up with, which of course I admit it, for a week I forgot to be taking my medicine, my thyroid medicine. I forgot. So and just know that you have courage. You know, in pain it's okay. Crying is just fine. I come from a family that says suck it up. Crying's fine. I mean, I was feeling all that in my face when all this reconstruction, this yank and the pulling coming out. I could feel the twitching in my face. My eyes would feel like they were crying, and at the beginning they were, and you know, then I could feel, it felt as though they were crying. The only thing that was missing is there was no tears, because that part of my brain wasn't feeling the pain when they was breaking and pulling and cutting and sewing, you know. So being awake in it, and I've always felt like this when I was even younger. I hated, and I apologize to my doctors. I know a lot of you subscribers, you're my doctors and my nurses, so I guess I love you guys. Finally, you know, I can communicate with them with little fear. I still get anxiety sometimes. We all do, okay, but it's not as much because, as you know, I had seizures as a young kid. Plus, I was deaf when I was born, and I had all kinds of other problems. I was born early, so I had these coats coming at me my whole childhood. You know, a baby, you really don't have a choice, but when you become a child, you know, you start growing up, you know, and these white coats, the white coats are coming, So I had this fear with doctors, and we come from the military too. It's, you know, it's really hard to trust out there, you know, because we have the basic reality of everything that's going on in the world. Okay, or our families have an opinion about everything that's going on in the world. Okay, so with that being said, you know, whether you realize it as a kid or not, you've learned to adapt in the womb, and you come out into the world, and then there's, you know, not only can you hear in the womb, you can, you know, you're hearing even if you're just playing around, or you're in the next room and there's an argument, or you know, even if you do, you know, kids like that are born in it, and it been going on around them in it, okay, it's two things. Either they're immune to the noise and the arguing, and they just mind their own business, and they're just in their own little world, or they flinch and they're extremely sensitive to it, you know. So it's one of the two. It's never anything in the middle. And it's, you know, it's just like that. I'll be 50 this year, you guys. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jesus. Because, oh my gosh, my doctors never even said that I'd get past 50 without being in a wheelchair at all. You know, I did have one doctor that said 57, so we're going to see. Like 7 more years, you guys. Let's see if I'm in a wheelchair. And it's okay. It's okay if I am. That's fine. That's what I was saying. If you're diabetic and pulling this out, you got to find a healthier way to eat. So juice it, you guys. And the little birdie agrees. They'll just come on in here too and just jump all over the place and everything. So, and like I said, these things are just for your nails. You can go out and I have arts and crafts. So I really like using these in my arts and crafts and or anything like that I need to use. These are fairly new. Fairly new. These were my baby girls, and she's coming home. I love you guys so much. Anyway, she'll be coming home here soon. And I've never used these, neither has she. Well, yeah, you can tell which ones I've been using, which ones haven't. So, they're so big, you guys. You'll probably bleep that out. These things are so big. And they're also crooked. You see that? But it is the way my jaw is. It really is. It is sideways. And if you guys follow me, or you're my friends, and you're my friends, okay, and I am. I'm going to start doing some sanding on them and getting them really, to where it stops giving me a gag reflex. That's my major thing right now, and it's been, I got them yanked out 5 days before Christmas. That is a heck of a way to stay on your diet during the holidays. And let me say that again. Having jaw reconstruction, having yanked out your teeth right there before the holidays, that's one way to stay on a diet and not gain any weight. So, and I'm kind of getting my workouts in, but and I forgot to say, I'm trying to be thorough. If you have diabetes, okay, your feet start hurting you. And that's the thing, gout. I guess it's called gout. I don't see any inflammation, but I know it's there. As a therapist, I know it's there. And for a long, long time, why wouldn't I give myself the therapy, and because it's still not, my sugar levels still are fluctuating. More vegetables, lesser fruit. I love my fruit though, you guys. I love my apples, and that's not very good, but anyway, more fruits, and this ninja that I got gifted. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Janet. I know she's not watching this because she don't do YouTube, but one day they may. Um, it's been really hard for me to walk on my feet. And it was the 3rd week before I realized, whoa, wait a minute here. I'm eating the wrong stuff. I guess I was a little slow. But my girlfriend gave me a ninja, and I was like, you know what? I said, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. And they're not as much as they used to be. I remember when they first came out and I wanted them. They were like, you were going to spend $199 or $130 something for all that matters. And, installation, for $39.99 a month or whatever. So I don't want him to start barking. But, I hope that you always get something from my videos. I hope I've gotten everything in here, you know, that could be helpful for you. Juice, just juice, you know, get yourself a V8. And see, as I'm smiling, and I'm a smiler, you guys, it is pushing in. It's pushing right in. And I feel like, look at such big gums. You don't like that. But anyway, it's pushing in to, right into my, it's extra sensitive there because they took them screws out. They may think that it's not, and you know, a dentist will tell you no, they took the root out. It doesn't matter. I remember when I had the implants in, my gums would get infected, I guess, and oh my God, they hurt really, really bad. But I think that's more or less like a ghost thing, you know. You know, being a therapist, I understand when limbs get cut off, you can still feel it. And when you can still feel that limb's there and it's not there, it is the most biggest pain, and your brain can't concept looking at it and feeling it at the same time. So I get an emotional attachment to that limb, like an emotional attachment with my teeth. I know that's what it is. It's probably exactly what the gag reflex is. And I wasn't having that problem. Now I'm having that problem, you know. It's like I'm rejecting. Sorry about that. It's like I'm rejecting my, you know, my implants or something like that. It's like, and that's very true, because mentally, if you don't want an implant from someone, you know, or I know that's kind of funny when I say it that way. If you don't want a implant, you know, somebody else's heart or liver, if you don't want that, your body can reject it even more. Well, that's why they put you on medications after they, you know, do implants. They're not implants. I know that I'm using the wrong word, you guys. Comment below. But anyway, God bless you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget that. And it's such a pleasure to meet so many new people. You can follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, Life Changing Grace. Occasionally, Facebook gets an attitude with me, and I think now I think we got the problem taken care of, because I had to turn in the fact that one of my phones was stolen. I help with cybersecurity, you know, realizing if somebody has mirrored your device, or they're attached to your device, regardless. That's where these plans come out, where you get like 4 phones, you get a family plan, and the phones are merged in together so that the parents can. Because there's fear out there with the technology. We can't run away from it. The more we run away from it, the more our children get hurt. They get, you know, taken. You know, we've got to rise up against our fears. We really, truly do. With encouragement, yeah, people aren't going to like us. But, okay, we've got to stop this abuse with, you know, being used to technology and all that. And not, you know, don't leave it up to the government. Don't be blaming the government. Don't leave it up. You know, we got to rise ourselves as well. You know, they can't do it by themselves. I mean, they're even. It's like hiring the wrong person and giving them the wrong information. I had a relationship with someone, gave them the wrong information. I gave the enemy. You know, I put valuable information in the hands of the enemy. Okay, and it's history everywhere, so we're all guilty of it. But once we rise up, there you go. You want to keep going and keep going and keep going and pushing through it instead of blaming, because hey, come on, the only person we can control is ourselves. So once we start with ourselves, then we can help other people. So God bless you guys so much. I'm glad you're joining me here now. And until later, bye-bye. I'm going to mess with this a little bit more. And hopefully next time I come on here, I can talk even better. Bye. Till later. All the links are down below to all my pages. Love you.